So this is the current plan for Foxfire Country Club. Through the years, I actually say through the years, it's been 2 years now. We've done several different plans. We started with a major renovation to the west side of the, or I'm sorry, the south side of the club here that just never got any ground with the club or with the amenities. It seems like people wanted more circulation over in the tennis court area. uh, as we started developing this, it became almost a three-prong approach. So there's an existing cart barn over here that we are now going to take advantage of and turn that into a fitness center. I think one of the big demands of the club is a halfway house, for lack of a better term. If you're just trying to grab a dog at the turn, it's too much trouble to run into the club and make that happen. So we're generating the halfway house. And then the third element is an interior renovation of the club and the outdoor dining. So that's kind of the bird's eye view from a site plan perspective here. As we start to dial in on things, we're going to redo the tennis courts. The current location of the tennis courts stays the same, but we're spacing them out a bit. Between the tennis courts, we're going to put in a little coach's shed, for lack of a better term, but it's a break area, play a little covered area or a place to sit between matches or to watch matches. With that, we've added 3 bocce courts to the west side, and each one of the bocce courts at each end have a covered participant area. Now, those covered areas are just covered awnings, just a place to get out of the sun while you're there. One of the big benefits of what we did here with this halfway house, placing it in the L shape we did near the tennis centers, it allows us to put tennis maintenance equipment right next to the court. It allows us to have a tennis pro shop right next to the course. It allows us to do an outdoor bar that the bocce members can use if they're just having a few drinks and playing bocce and having a tournament or something. It still wouldn't interfere with a golfer coming along the golf course, parking along any of these designated turning point parking spaces, stepping in here, ordering. There's even going to be a manner that they'll be able to order off of the eighth or seventh or eighth green, so that when they get here, there's a pickup window here on the side of the halfway house that they can come in, pick their food up, and turn out and go right back out, even if this is a crowded area with a tennis tournament or a bocce tournament that won't overflow with the golfing people. So we think we've created enough circulation between the three events here, golf, bocce, and tennis, that no one's going to feel overcrowded in this space. Now, I like to approach that from that standpoint, where you come in off of the course through this space, almost a demising line through here. With this, we've added some portable fire pits here. And with these portable fire pits, they can tie into an event that's happening in the club, or just be a kind of hangout space after the guys get done. They don't necessarily have to be a lit fire pit if it's late spring or early fall, where we still get a little bit of seasonal heat here. Of course, you wouldn't want to light these fire tables, but the fire tables now come with enough options on them that we can fabricate tops that sit over the top of the fire pits, that these basically become outdoor tables. So the guys can come in off the golf course, a couple of foursomes could sit here, have a couple beers, and be right there next to the course. So it's not necessarily 100% fireplace space. It's huge flexible space depending on what events are going on. If Foxfire enters into the local bocce league and they're in the local bocce league, they would potentially have 6 or 8 bocce teams playing in a round robin. This is just additional places for people to hang out while they're rotating through the bocce area. That brings us to the club itself. The club itself, and I apologize for that, I thought I had another blown up image of this. So the club itself, the existing bar, as you look into the bar, is a horseshoe shaped bar that as you're sitting at the bar, you're looking at the wall. The goal here was to move the bar into the corner of the space and put 50% of the seats at the bar looking back out to the golf course, looking back out to the bocce, looking back out to this entertaining area here. We're going to expand the porch, put some covered deck area, extend the deck, put some covered deck area here with like some retractable trellis members in there that will allow for cover or uncovered dining in that area. And then down to some uncovered outdoor dining for a larger event or a nice day For those of you who are in Florida today, it's 81 degrees at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's absolutely beautiful. A little bit of a breeze today. So if you were here today, you would definitely be sitting outside in this space. That allows us to also increase the occupancy within the 19th hole, so that if the club is holding an event in the main area of the club, there's still plenty of membership space within the club that the members don't have to feel crowded. One of the issues that came up through we need to renovate the club was this back of house area behind the existing kitchen kind of gets a little overwhelming at times. There can be some noise that comes out of this area. So what we've done is we've built between this space and our new outdoor space. This is an 8-foot high landscape wall that's going to have plenty of landscape planting within it. And then within the element of the wall through like at the long view, whether you're looking at the halfway house or looking from the bar or sitting at the fire pit area here, we've put a water feature at the end. It gives us some white noise to kill any staff talking behind that wall. Gives us just a feature to stop your eye from taking you into the back of the house, that now you can literally look straight into the transformers that are sitting on the ground back there. The other element that we're adding to the club with this addition is the existing golf cart barn. We're going to go ahead and just tear it down and build a new golf cart barn. So there's not a lot to see here.
I'm having trouble hearing
you. There's not a lot to see right here in this portion of the golf cart barn, other than we're laying out a new building, but we are putting access into a stairway, elevator, vestibule that's going to bring you into a new fitness center. So the new fitness center, when you come to the top of the stairs or come out of the elevator, there's several little cubbies or lockers along here that members will be able to put a backpack, a water bottle, some keys, whatever they have. There's basically a strength training area here that can be free weights, different weight circuit systems, or whatever we want to do here. There's a big fitness area here that's just going to have miscellaneous equipment in here. Then we'll have all the endurance equipment back here, bikes and treadmills facing out over the golf course, with a glass enclosed yoga studio in here, so that the yoga studio still feels open to the whole space. But on this wall in the yoga studio, these appear as windows on the plans, but they're high transom windows. We've even set this up that the TVs that we're going to put in this yoga studio are interactive screens, so that even if a group of 2 or 3 ladies wanted to come by and do yoga and they had like an online subscription, they could broadcast that onto the screen, and 2 or 3 people could do a private yoga class within there, not necessarily having to have all 40 people in the class ran by a yoga instructor. So that's kind of the layout of where we want to go with all this. These are just some elevations of how we've generated this. These were done for all of the local applications, but this is kind of an aerial view of the existing building and how we plan to extend out the decks, how we plan on putting the halfway house in here, and what the new fitness center is going to look like as you come down from the street. So that's kind of where we are with this right now. This was an earlier set of plans, but I think I've got some additional renderings of the buildings in here. Again, these are just overall images of where that space is going to be. And I apologize, I've got one more presentation here that I didn't put on the screen that I'll pull up right now. We had done some interiors, I believe, and if I can't find them, I will have to get them to you. There they are. So this is the new interior of the club, looking from inside the great room back out, or inside the 19th hole back out. So you can see you'll be able to sit along the bar here, look through the bar out to the golf course, out to the halfway house. There's the fire pits on and beyond. So anytime there's a member event going on, the members really have a much more interactive space than they currently have. So again, this is the new covered outdoor dining area, that if someone's sitting on the indoor outdoor bar, or if there's someone across inside the bar looking back out, there's a covered area. So it's just a much more interactive area for club members as they look back through the outdoor dining to the covered dining to the indoor outdoor bar, and then that's the halfway house in the distance there. This is a view from the bocce courts back towards everything. So that dining is still far enough away that if somebody's over here playing bocce, I don't think they'll be bothering the people with the outdoor dining. Like I said, again, just a little covered spot with a bench for other players to be here. This bar is missing a couple bar stools. There should be some bar stools in through here, but that's kind of the idea of the fire pits with the water feature beyond back here. And then just some updated renderings of the fitness center and an overall aerial view of our completed space. Do you have any questions for me?